Hey, welcome back everybody, Yanchikino here, continuing my Heart of the Swarm individual unit series. So right now we're going to continue the Zerg stuff, and we're going to look at the Swarm Host, which is one of the units I was really excited for once I heard about him. So of course this is going to be unit. It does require the Infestation Pit, and there's a one upgrade here for we'll talk about later, but of course you're going to need Lair, you're going to need an Infestation Pit, and then you can make your Swarm Host. So out of the box, Swarm Hosts already have burrow. They can just burrow to their heart's content. They don't need to actually research burrow, which is kind of interesting, as opposed to infestors. So that's interesting. They just have free burrow. I don't know if that's going to stick around or if they just forgot it, but they've got burrow right out of the box. It takes 3 seconds to burrow. So let's look at the ability. The Swarm Host doesn't actually deal any damage. All it does is generate units. It's kind of, imagine a Broodlord, but underground. That's kind of the closest representation I can give. So they've got 120 life, and they've got 1 armor out of the box and 2.25 move speed. And as far as cost goes, they're going to be 200 minerals, 100 gas, and cost 3 supply, 40-second build time. So if you want to compare that to a Infestor, it's a little bit less gas and a little bit more minerals, and a faster build time. So the Swarm Host, imagine it's a siege unit. So like I was saying, kind of like a Broodlord. So it's a siege unit. You burrow it in the ground, and it spawns these little suckers out called locusts down here. So by default, by default, the spell is on autocast. So I'm going to turn it back on autocast. It pops out some units, and they hatch really quickly, and the locusts deal damage. The locust is on a timer, as you can see, 15 seconds. It's got 65 life, 1.8 move speed, and 16 damage. Let's watch them pop it out here again. Have another look at that. There they go. They're orange when they fly, and blue because that's the color of my dude. So they've got 16 damage, which was quite a bit in 3 range, and 0.8 weapon speed. So they attack pretty fast. I've seen these guys in action a couple battles, and these guys do a lot of damage. So there's a downtime here. There is a timing window where the Swarm Host doesn't have any units to defend it, and you can kind of just run in there and kill it. And like I said, the locusts do not attack air. That's one of the things I just kind of envisioned, because I remember in one of the earlier videos, they actually did attack air, so they removed it. So as of the version right now, the locusts do not attack air. So let's see these guys in battle. Let's say you're chilling out here. Let's unburrow them, turn that off, move them into a little bit different location, put them up here, burrow them, turn that off, and let's make some siege tanks and just like a couple marines. So the theory is here you're gonna have your Terran army. They're gonna be sieged up here. And this obviously isn't a realistic army, but you'll get the idea. So you'll have your turn that off autocast. There we go. Get out of here. So you can't move them while they're burrowed, but what you can do is you can rally them. So let's say I want to rally right here. I just want to rally them right there. Now the second, let's wait for this to get finished. They'll pop out. So you can even see a little visual animation there letting you know that they're ready to go. Once they're ready to go, they're bubbling. It's like it's boiling. They're ready to pop out. So let's go ahead and activate these guys. Send them out. They hatch pretty quickly. 1 second. Here they go. They go and start the attack. They drop Marines really quickly, as you can see. So we got a lot of siege tanks here. Let's pull back. Let's get rid of the siege tanks, actually. They kind of kill those guys really fast. Let's leave one there and just have a whole bunch of Marines. We'll do Marines versus Locusts. Now, since these units have burrow out of the get-go, you're going to have to scan to kill them off, which is a really nice feature to have. So let's spawn some more guys here. So they take 1 siege tank shot, because that does 30 damage, and they've got 65. So they'll take 2 siege tank hits. And they do quite a bit of damage. Let's get a couple more here. Let's see how they scale if you get a lot of them. If you get a lot of them in the mix here. So let's throw a couple more up there. And you can watch this animation here as the timer goes up. It's kind of nothing. And then there we go, boils up right before ready to go. Now, if you want to, you don't have to burrow them. You could leave them unburrowed, and they will still spawn guys. So it's not a requirement to It's not a requirement to have them burrow to do their little move. But there we go. You can stop them. The only downside is if you don't have them burrowed, you can't use the rally command. So right here, I can rally them to a unit, and they'll just go over there and start killing it. But if they're unburrowed, you can't do that because it's the unit you're selecting. So it's just a little bit different there. So let's put some more siege tanks up here. Let's get some more Marines. Let's get a lot of Marines here. So we've got a lot of locusts now.
This better be been waiting on you.
So let's get these guys a little closer here. Spread them out. Do my best splits. So let's turn off that autocast activate. And of course their upgrades, you get the range upgrade, they get the range upgrade bonus damage, and of course they got the standard ground carapace upgrade. So there we go, they all popped back up except for that one. Let's set a point right there and turn on the autocast. So if you rally it, the rally is an attack move. It's not like the standard rally coming out of a barracks where, you know, if you rally a unit from over here to go here, it's not going to attack that unit. Watch it, the unit will just walk right on past it like it's not even there. So the rally is not the standard rally you're used to. It's an attack move rally, so it's just a little bit different. Keep that in mind. And yeah, these locusts, they just spawn forever. They're free units. They can just keep making them and great. So that's what makes them a really great assault unit. Or sorry, just a really great like an assault siege unit. Of course, they're really good for defense if you want to stop your opponent, you know, from maybe invading your base with roaches, or in a ZVZ scenario, maybe your opponent's going a whole bunch of roaches and you want to stop them. You normally would use like roach plus infestors to deal with that. So you'd have like a whole bunch of roaches, like the classical Wings of Liberty scenarios. You'd have a whole bunch of roaches and you got a couple infestors if you want to play defensive or offensive. But the sad thing is the infestors, they run out of energy and you're out. It's the timing has ended at that point. Your peak has ended. In this scenario, if you get the Locust Swarm hosts, they keep making their units. They keep going and going and going. The kind of siege just like never ends. So that's the difference in play style with this Locust Swarm host. So it's a little bit different, more long-term play style, I guess you could call it. It's more, yeah, long-term, I guess is the best word for it. So let me show you an example of that real quick. Let's get a whole bunch of roaches out here. So unburrow. I don't know why these guys love to burrow so much. So I got some roaches here. I got some... actually, let's do this up here on the high ground. Simulate a defense. Go up there and let's make some... actually, I need some more roaches. That's not enough roaches. A lot of roaches. Okay. And down here, let's do a whole bunch of roaches. Wish there's a way to keep track of supply. I think maybe there is. Is there? 62? No, I'm not sure how that works. So we got a whole bunch of roaches here. Let's see, 30. Check out once that gets up there. Trying to keep an even count. And then let's make some infestors. Let's see how this works out. So what is that? That's like it's lagging there for a second. So we've got 8. Yep, 8. So let's get 8 infestors. And roaches, we've got, like I said, we've got 30 down here. So let's get the exact same number just to make it easy. 50. Okay, I need to make 20 more. That's 45 and 5 more. Okay, so we have very similar armies here. We've got defensive swarm hosts. Going to play defense up here, and we're going to have the infestor play, try and... The infestor player try to come up here and break this. Oops, got to fix these rally points. That's going to be an issue. Alright, so normally whenever you're a Zerg player trying to attack another Zerg player, let's say they're in their base defending it, he's playing more passive, trying to tech up, he has a swarm host playing defensive. But you're playing aggressive. You got all your roaches. You got your whoa. I'll notch out over there, Cannon. Cannon's trying to jump the gun over here. So like I was saying, this is on autocast. You can turn that off and use it manually if you don't want someone to like abuse that time window where there's no locusts or something like that. So just personal preference there. So we've got a lot of roaches here. Normally the guy with the high ground wins, so I'm going to use a combination of fungals and infested Terran on this. I'm going to throw down just a bunch of general fungals, and then I'm going to throw down some infested Terran and whatever's left over. So let's go with this here. There goes the attack. Throw down some nice fungals. Pretty even concave for both players. Throw down some more fungals. So you want to back up. Wait for some more swarm hosts to get in here. So yeah, in that situation, of course, I didn't micro it, obviously. It's hard to say. I think in that situation, obviously the player, which if I could do this a little bit better, but the defensive player would want to pull his roaches back and wait for the locust guys to get inside. But with that many roaches in this kind of count, I don't know how well those swarm hosts are going to work defensively in small numbers. So yeah, it's hard to say. I think in that situation, the infestors may be better. Like in attacking a position like really quickly, maybe some timing attack. Maybe the roach infestor would beat the roach locust swarm if he had a pretty good timing attack there. So that's quite interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'm definitely going to try out some more ZVZ. This is definitely not definitive by any means. There's just like one trial with the A move and a couple fungals. So keep that in mind. Just kind of just general test to see how it works. So what else can I talk about the swarm host? I think I pretty much covered everything. Pretty fast units, 2.25. So they're kind of like old Hydras. Already have the upgrade for the Hydras. So yeah, the old Hydras I think are 2.25. So they're about old Hydra speed if you want to keep that in mind. And that's all I really got. That's all I really got for you for the. Ooh. Those automatically turned into overseers. That's weird. So yeah, let's go out with a bang here. Until the next video, see you guys later.